Are you tired of being tired, like all the time? Maybe you wake up like you didn't sleep at all. Maybe you have energy crashes during the day, or maybe some of the tasks like making a meal for a family, or maybe going to the shower, walking your dog, doing some basic normal things cost you a lot of energy and you feel completely drained after doing them. In today's video, I'm going to share what are the different types of fatigue, what you can do to worsen it, so what you shouldn't do, and what are the best things you can do to start healing naturally your fatigue. My name is Justina. I'm a certified holistic nutrition coach, and I help people heal chronic symptoms naturally, and fatigue is one of the most common symptoms that people want to heal. And there's a lot of misinformation that's floating out around in the internet. People mostly know about the adrenal fatigue and that any kind of fatigue is adrenal, but it's not true. But first, let's go into what fatigue is not so that you can understand and see the truth. Here's a little list of things associated with fatigue. What it is not a lack of sleep. I know people who are sleeping 10-15 hours and they feel really drained and tired after they wake up, so they still need to stay in bed. It's not aging, because we're designed to have enough energy through our life, so even after 50s and 60s, after 40s, we are supposed to have a lot of energy, enough energy to have a good, happy life if we have a decent lifestyle. Lifestyle and food are super important. So it's not in your head. There are very physical reasons of why fatigue is happening. We'll talk about them later. So it's not just all in the head. You're not imagining it. Some people can be very rude and then can be like, oh no, you're just like inventing this. You're not inventing it. There are reasons. You need more protein. This is a lie. You don't need more protein. And I don't talk specifically about animal protein. I'm talking also about plant-based vegan protein. There's no necessity. There is no necessity in more caffeine either. If you want to trash your adrenals, if you want to have no hair in a couple of years down the road, you can have as much caffeine if you want. But if you want to take care of your health, stopping caffeine is one of the best things you can do right now. And yes, it will have withdrawals, and yes, we can work with withdrawals, and you can do this. It is not forever. Some people think that once they're fatigued, then until the rest of their life, it's not possible to heal it. It is possible to heal your fatigue, for sure, improve it. It really depends on many factors. We'll talk about them as well. Now let's talk about different types of fatigue. I think it's very important to know which one specifically you have so that you know how you can heal it. And it's not only adrenal fatigue, because all you hear out there, if you search for this information, that's it's adrenal fatigue, and it's not always adrenal. There is neurological fatigue as well. And these two versions have different causes and different triggers. So let's look at the adrenal fatigue first. We have number one, stress, right? Very obvious. If you have any sort of trauma that has happened in your life, maybe divorce, bad relationships, heartbreaks, breakups, all those sort of things. Then we have caffeine. Pretty obvious one. The more coffee you have, the worse it will get. Intermittent fasting. For those of you who don't know, intermittent fasting means that you are having big gaps between meals. Some people even eat once per day, which is terrible, terrible advice. Even 3 times per day is not a good advice, is not a good pace. Cold plunging. Cold plunging. So cold plunging is one of the biggest traps. It's so famous, especially between men. They just drown themselves in a lot of ice, like these ice baths. I've been watching even some pregnant women doing that and saying that this helps the baby, whatever. It will literally kill your adrenals. Can't not recommend it enough. Then it's high protein diet. Protein diet, which is also a high fat diet. I have a special video talking about the high fat and high protein diets and how they are terrible for your health. If you'd like to check them out, you can absolutely. It's on my channel. Now let's discuss the neurological side, right? Which is very important. We have here viral cause, let's say Epstein-Barr virus, or shingle virus or any other virus, what they do, these viruses, they release something called neurotoxins. Let's see if I have enough space here. Neurotoxins. Sorry for my writing if it's not very clear. So neurotoxins are inflaming the nerves, the central nervous system, and it's creating this neurological type of fatigue where you feel completely out, super tired, exhausted. You feel this chronic fatigue that is happening all the time, and you can't seem to shake it off, and you can't sleep it off. And by the way, it's important to know that sometimes you can have both types of fatigue at the same time. So it would be adrenal fatigue and neurological fatigue. But also, people who have neurological fatigue, it doesn't mean that their adrenal glands are trashed. Sometimes they are pretty healthy. Let's quickly cover different symptoms related to adrenal fatigue, for example, because it's the most famous one. So if you have energy crashes during the day or in the evening, your adrenals are overactive or underactive as well. They can be underactive. So, okay, let's say in the evening you have a lot of energy, you feel like it's 10 p.m., 9 p.m., and instead of going to bed and feeling sleepy and kind of like, drowsy, you feel super active. You're like, okay, should I go to the party? Do I open my laptop and start the project? Or do I just get very creative? And in this way, your adrenal fatigue can switch into insomnia. Then things can get pretty overwhelming. You can't fall asleep. You start watching a bunch of shows. You don't know how to shut your brain off and how to relax. Then it's loss of libido, for example. For women, it's different from men. For women, it's weak adrenal glands. It means that you can't push the baby out in case you want to have a baby. So your body will be shutting down all the reproductive system signals that you would have them if you will be healthy, so that you don't conceive a baby, because you can't push it out naturally, and your body is very careful with this. And if it's a male loss of libido, it can be mental, it can be brain issues, it can be toxic heavy metal. Another symptom is hair loss. Women's hair loss is massively affected by caffeine, as already said earlier, but weak adrenal glands definitely cause hair loss. I will be making separate videos about that in the future for sure. Shakiness or lightheadedness, or maybe you can't start your day without coffee. Those are all symptoms of adrenal fatigue. This is not a full extensive list, but just some of the main ones. And neurological fatigue, you feel completely tanked. Maybe you feel sensitivity to light, to sound. You feel irritation, maybe memory loss, brain fog. It's all connected, like dizziness, tingling. So what not to do if you have fatigue? Avoid any type of high fat or high protein diet, like the keto, the carnivore, any diet that says don't eat carbs, avoid carbs. Yes, processed sugar is really not good for you. We all know the processed food, processed sugar overall is bad. That's very obvious nowadays. But people go as crazy as removing fruits, and they say that fruit is bad, don't eat any fruit, or eat just one piece of fruit per day. The lower fruit and fruits and vegetables consumption you have in your lifestyle, the worse your immune system will be, because it won't have the building blocks and the strength to fight all the pathogens like the Epstein-Barr, the shingles, HHV1, 6, all the streps and other bacteria that are in our liver, and it will put a lot of constraint on our liver. We really want our liver to have time and space to detox, and it needs your bloodstream to be free of fat. Next is coffee, caffeine, as I already said, matcha, black tea, green tea, energy drinks, any of that sort that will spike your adrenaline. There will be always a big dip in your energy, and we really don't want that. We don't want to abuse our adrenal glands. We want to take care of them. We want to love them. We want to give them the best minerals, nutrients, so that our neurotransmitters in our brain connect correctly, that we have great memory, and that everything flows well. So what helps is actually having snacks, snacking every 1.5 hours to 2 hours, fruit-based snacks. It can be adrenal snacks, which is a different combination of potassium, sodium, and glucose. Really important for your adrenal glands, because if you're only providing the breakfast, the lunch, and the dinner, and that's it, it's terrible for your adrenal glands. They always have to produce all of this adrenaline to compensate for your blood sugar, so it stays stable, so you don't have all these crashes and you have a stable flow of energy. So help your adrenal glands and give them the right snack. And many people underestimate the value of snacking, and they forget. They're like, you know, that's okay. I don't really feel like snacking. Is because they had huge meals, and having huge meals where you overeat all the time, it's not a good idea. And you might be confused because there's a lot of information out there saying that snacks are bad, never snack. I hear it every single day on all the high keto, high carnivore channels, and all the nutritionists are like, never snack. I've been snacking for 5 years every single day, and I think it's one of the best things I've done for myself, for my hair. Don't underestimate this powerful habit. Next is hydration. Hydrating yourself every single day, very powerful. Lemon water. If you haven't heard about celery juice is a very powerful tool. It helps your hydrochloric acid, helps your bile reserves. It's killing the pathogens. It has so many benefits, and one of them is helping your adrenal glands to be stable. And by the way, don't snack on random things like a bag of chips or some sort of protein bars or yogurts or things that are lighter. It is supposed to be natural snacking. And these are just some of the things. There's a huge supplement protocol that you can implement. If you need help with fatigue and you have no idea how to handle it, what exactly to do, what is the structure of your day, what to eat and what not to eat. If you have any of these questions and need support, I'm here to help you. You can reach out and book a call on my website. Just know that you deserve to be vibrant, to wake up with a lot of energy, to use your time because you have the energy with your loved ones, with your family, and don't just be in the bed half of the day or sleep for 10, 12, 15 hours because you can't handle your fatigue. You deserve to heal. You can heal. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, share it with friends, whoever has fatigue, so that they can also learn and they can also heal. And I see you in the next video.